Sometimes English learners and English learners with disabilities need accommodations and accessibility features in order to access grade level content and to demonstrate how well they understand the material they're being taught or tested on. Ideally, the same support should be used across both instruction and assessment. Let's take a look at how a West Virginia teacher puts into practice providing written translated test directions on the page, on the board, or on a classroom visual media device. Students are provided both English and native language directions to build skill and understanding in classroom directions. May is a bright student who always did well in language arts class in her home country. Although she may have limited English proficiency, she has a solid foundation in language arts concepts. Her class is working on character analysis of a novel. May has done an activity like this in her home country before, and she reads well in Chinese. However, when she does the activity in English, there are often vocabulary words she does not know. "Okay, class, it's almost time to leave," said Mr. O'Donnell. "Just remember that tomorrow we will begin our character analysis project." As students left the classroom, Mr. O'Donnell approached May to see if she had any questions about the story they read and if she had questions about the project. "Yes," said May. "In my math class, I can get directions in both English and Chinese, which helps me to show what I know. Can I get both in this class too? I think it will really help me with the project." Sometimes, English learners and English learners with disabilities need accommodations and accessibility supports to learn and show how well they know the material they are being taught or tested on. This is especially true when they are learning the academic language of a content area and they are needing to understand detailed directions for a complex task. Let's go back to Mr. O'Donnell's classroom and see how the situation was resolved. "Good morning, class," said Mr. O'Donnell. "Today I will go over the directions for the character analysis project. Here are copies of the project. These are for you to use, so take notes on them." "Hi, May," said Mr. O'Donnell. "Here are the directions in both English and Chinese. This will help you build skills and understanding." "Oh, thank you," said May. "We did character analysis at my school in China, but I worry about understanding what I need to do in English." Mr. O'Donnell reassured her, confident that May would do well. He knew that May had all the terms in both English and Chinese, as well as examples of personality traits. Since May had done something like this in her home country and was an excellent reader in Chinese, having the directions in both English and Chinese should help her understand the project. The directions will also be available to you when you take the state reading and math tests later this year, said Mr. O'Donnell. "I think it will make understanding what you need to do much easier." May felt better, knowing that directions in both English and Chinese would help a lot. She was excited to work on the project. Mr. O'Donnell smiled and returned to the front of the class to explain the directions to the rest of the class. When students learning English are able to tap into their funds of knowledge, what the student already knows, they are able to gain access to grade-level content.